Hello, welcome to Shop Talk. My name is LilaJones, and we are here today to do a little shop talk. My co-guest, host. Let me get this right. Well, anyway, this is Miss Natalie Small Johnson.
Hello.
And Natalie Small Johnson have established Bent But Not Broken. And this is sort of like part 2 of Bent But Not Broken.
Yes.
We just want to reach out to you all, and if you're feeling bent or broken into pieces, just know that that you may have been bent, but you are not broken. In other words, there are many opportunities. Every day is another day to embrace a new opportunity. So if you feel like I can't make it, I don't feel like pushing forward, listen here, get rid of that feeling, because that is not you and that is not who you was created to be. You know, in life, you will get bent many different ways, but not broken. It isn't over with. So lift your head up and listen in. Natalie, nice to have you on today.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Just to sit amongst the person that mentored me is huge. Since I was 12.
Yes.
Yes, and you've seen me grow and blossom, and I just want to say thank you.
You know, I think, and you are so very welcome, and I thank God for the opportunity to been able to mentor you, and without even realizing that, you know, this is what I was supposed to do, or this is what I was doing. But more importantly, I hope that it was my love and my compassion and my true love, not just to say that I love you, but the genuine love
that you showed.
That I just always wanted to be genuine. And, you know, that's one thing that I want to be said about me today, and when I'm gone on 100 years from now, maybe, that if LilaJones said that she loved you, she meant it.
And I believe that we know that everybody that you've touched, I can't really think of too many hairstylists around here that either you did not mentor, or that you did not help set up their salon, or they just know you by name. You have a legacy. And I know one of the movies that I saw, it was talking about you're never dead as long as you have a legacy.
Yes.
So that's why the soldiers fought so hard, so they would have a legacy, so it would not be like death was final.
Yes.
And you most definitely have a legacy.
Well, I'm just so thankful for that, because I have a great love and compassion for women.
You do.
And that's simply because this is the business I've been in. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for over 40 years. And this is the business that I've been in. And my love, it is real. That's all I can tell you, is that it is real. My compassion, it is real. My concerns, they're real for as you know, for my family, of course, and other families, you know, and people's like, how can you love so deep? I practice it at home.
Yes, you do.
I practice it at home. I deeply love my family.
Yes, you do.
And just like, you know, everybody love their family, but you know, it shows who you are and how you treat your family and the way that you treat others. So it's easy for me to do, because this is a practice.
And it's on the inside.
And it's on the inside of me. It is on the inside of me. You know, I could see my daughter, which is almost 30. I could see her, I could have seen her last night. But when I see her the next day, it's like I hadn't seen her in years, you know, because I love her so much. And my husband and my grandchildren. And I just love showing love. So
and that goes a long ways. You don't even realize the people that you help. I remember when I was growing up in your salon, and I think something happened to me at school. I can't remember what happened. I came in the salon, I got dropped off to the salon, and I was just walking around. You was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "This happened at school, and that happened at school." You said, "But you're not at school."
Right.
You're in a different place in your life. You are not at school. Why are you allowing something that happened to you 15 minutes ago dictate to you how you act right now?
Wow.
And that took me a long ways, because I realized that even though things happen, life is still moving.
It's still moving.
So why be stuck in a place when you can move to a better place?
Yes.
Mentally.
Yes.
You know, and physically as well, but mentally, it has to start mentally.
It has to start mentally.
And that's what I've taken with me all those years. I've realized that I don't have to be in a negative place. I can move forward.
You can move forward. Yes. And we can move forward. We can move forward regardless of how we feel, or you know, bent out of shape, bent forward, backwards, completely out of shape. We're not broken, because we're still here, so we still have opportunities.
We still have opportunities.
We still have opportunities. That's one thing that that I remember my aunt said, and I was going through. I don't know. I was a little depressed, and she came down from Stamford, Connecticut, and she said to me, she said, get yourself together, because every day is a new opportunity. And I will never forget that. That's been so many years ago. I'll never forget that. And I was thinking about what you shared with me on last evening. You and I were together, and you shared with me about embracing your skin color. You know, who, you know, and can you share that with the audience?
Yes. Okay. So I'm the darkest, you might as well say. I'm the black sheep of the family, literally the black sheep of the family.
And I know about that.
Yes, you do, because we're in the South. We're in the dirty South. Everybody know about colorism. Colorism is a big thing, especially in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. And I've been brought up that, you know, light was better. But you showed me a different, because my mother is light skinned, so she never had to go through the things that I've gone through.
Right.
I took after my dad. My dad is a Jamaican. He's a dark skinned Jamaican. So when I got with you, you taught me that it was a privilege to have an exceptional amount of melanin in your skin. And you brought that beauty out. Like, now it was now I can just walk anywhere. I don't care what your skin tone is. I am beautiful.
Yes, you are absolutely beautiful, and I have always been beautiful to me. I think when I saw you on last evening, I said, Natalie is still beautiful.
So it's just you showing me that not just a woman, you were a dark-skinned, proud woman, a loving woman, a God-fearing woman that owned her own, not one business, multiple salons. I'm talking about multiple salons. So, and you handled your business, and when you walked in a room, you didn't have to say anything. You commanded that room. Everybody was like, who is that? And that's how I modeled myself after this. And I even taught my children, my girls, that, you know, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. Let your silence speak for you. Let your inner beauty speak for you. It does not matter if somebody, and you told me this, you said it doesn't matter how people look at you. It does not matter how people view you. How do you view yourself?
That is what my mother taught me. So that's what I know. But, you know, beauty come in various colors.
It does.
Various.
It does.
It does. And race, beauty, it's just,
it doesn't matter.
You know, I just see so much beauty in so many different people, in so many different ages, you know, and I see, you know, some little girls, and I say, oh my gosh, she is so beautiful. And then I see someone that's like last week in the salon, this lady, she was 85 years old, and it's like, oh my goodness, you're like a movie star. You are just so beautiful. And just think, if you're 85, you had some challenges in life. You've been through some
still kept it together,
and still keeping it together. So it doesn't matter, you know, and I must say to the audience, it does not matter what you are going through now. It does not matter what you have been through and what you are facing tomorrow. There's an opportunity in you to make it better.
And one thing I can say about you, Miss Lila, is that you never tried to create division. You never tried to create division.
No.
You always wanted to bring everybody to a whole place,
Yes.
to a oneness. Because you would always tell me your mother is beautiful.
Yes.
I don't care if she is light skinned. You look just like your mother.
You look just like your mother.
And you would always tell me that your
Yes.
mother is beautiful, and you are too.
Yes.
It does not matter that she's light and you are dark.
Right.
You share
You
the
still-
same inner beauty. You
you
share
look
the
just like your
same
mother.
right.
Yes.
You share the same outer beauty as well. And I always think back to that because a lot of people would have said, try to plot me against my mother because she was a different complexion, and you never did that. You always wanted me and my mother to be best friends. You
Yes.
always wanted us to have a very close connection.
Yes.
And even with me and my daughters, you talk to me about it. Always have a deep connection with your children.
Always. That is so important.
And you, this is what you poured into me.
Yes.
And my mother, I know for a fact, she holds you in high esteem.
Oh, wow.
Because
And
you were so
in such
instrumental
high esteem.
in my growing up, just
Wow.
not in the beauty industry, just in life. You were so instrumental in my growing up, and the woman that I became, and the person that just kept going and going and going and going. And I'm just so grateful because it just not one person just can't raise. It takes a village.
Yes. And it takes a strong village.
And a strong one.
And it takes a strong village. It really does. So, you know, and that's one other thing with Bent But Not Broken. It is an organization that even if you didn't have this growing up, if you didn't have that mentor, it isn't too late.
It's never too late.
It isn't too late. You know, it's still, you know, there's provision. There's, as you said on the show previously, that it is a safe space, you know, and you can face who you are and where you've been, and know that you're in a safe space, and that is very, very important. And I think on the last show, you did say something about wearing a mask, and I know, you know, we have been taught about, you know, pull the mask off, pull the mask off, and I said to someone years ago, my mask is to protect you. And
it's so funny you talked about that because I wrote a poem about that.
Wow.
I wrote a poem about behind my mask, you know,
Yes.
and I talked about how people just want you to be real, and everybody's saying, oh, be real, but do you really understand what being real is about?
Exactly.
Because being real is you're going to see these scars and bruises and these deep grooves
Yes.
that are cut in my face.
Yes.
Are you able to handle that? Are you able to stomach that? This is why I wear my mask, to protect me. I'm not trying to fool you. I'm protecting me.
And also protecting the other person, because they may not know. And I think I learned this from Zorro, that the mask wasn't to hide himself, but to protect himself and to protect other people, because if they saw the scars, if they saw the deep wounds, they may not know how to accept them. They may not know how to communicate with you, because they're so busy looking at the wounds and the deep cuts and all the scars, that they may not be able to actually genuinely communicate with you.
That's correct.
So you know, if you have to wear a mask, it is okay, because
It
if you
is.
come into Bent But Not Broken, it does not matter. If you have to wear a mask, if that's what it takes, then, you know,
We give you permission to wear your mask until you feel safe enough to take it off. And once we build that rapport with you, and once we allow you to see that this is a safe space, then you'll realize, okay, they're not wearing their mask. I can show my bruises.
Yes.
I can show my deep cuts.
Yes,
I can show my stitches that are still healing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I know about wounds, the deeper the wound, the longer it is to take. And sometimes it takes to heal. And sometimes, just like when you have wound care, the wounds are so infected until they have to start out with, they have to cut it back open, and they call it debris and sometimes they have to cut beyond what you were injured. And they pack it from the inside out. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you debrief. We are, because in order for you to move on, in order for you to heal properly, because you can heal and not be healing properly. And it's going to cause you problems in the long run.
It'll give you another setback.
Yes, it will. And we're here to help you heal properly. But until you heal, until you feel safe, we allow you to wear your mask.
Yes, that is wonderful. So listen, if that's what it takes, if you need to keep your mask on, keep your mask on. But you just know that you're still accepted. And just know that you can get better, you can be healed. And I don't care if it's health, if it's financial, your financial status may not be where you want it to be, or you may not be where you were. It may be your marriage. It may be your children. It could be your employment. Whatever the situation is, you can come out of it and you can be healed. But if it takes for you to keep that mask on until you feel safe, you are well accepted.
Very accepted.
Yes,
we want you to come, mask or no mask. We are here to help you.
Yes.
We are here to empower you to move forward, to do whatever it is that you need. We can do it, or we have resources. We never want you to feel alone, because you are never alone. And alone is not where you should be with all of these sisters around.
Yes.
We never want you to feel alone. So just come on, mask and all.
Mask and all. I love it. I absolutely love it. I tell you, earlier you had mentioned that you had been through cancer, and I mean, did you try to hide it?
Well, to be honest with you, I had different bouts with it. I went the first time, it was because it does run in my family so heavily. I went and I was getting checked, and they said that you have random cancer cells, and they were doing biopsies, they were doing this, they were doing that, and then we got over there and everything was fine. And then bam, it was just like, okay, you have cancer and it's encapsulated, and I did hide it for a while. I hid it. My mother knew about it, and then I felt so overtaken. I felt damaged, and I felt I kind of was like, okay, I really don't understand this, because not only am I just a person, I'm a preacher.
Yes. Wow.
And I'm a preacher, and you preach faith.
Yes.
And you talk about.
So this again let you know any status.
It does not matter.
Yes.
It does not matter what you are in your religion, where you are in your spirituality. It does not matter, but it will test every part of your life.
Yes.
And and then I was like, well, why would it come now? Like, why would it come when I don't have gas to get to the doctor?
Wow.
Why would it?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because earlier I was thinking, when people are going through health challenges, sometimes they have to make a decision between getting
medicine and food.
Do I continue to work and I'm sick and I feel broke down, or do I stay home and lose everything? It is a decision that you do come to that decision. You do. You really come to that decision. Do we sell the home? Do we downsize?
And let me tell you something about downsizing. Downsizing is not you quitting. Downsizing is not you losing. Because it does not matter what size your house is. It does not matter what kind of car you drive. The only thing that matters is your peace that you have within.
Yes.
I notice a lot of, especially in our community, that we rate success on things.
Yes.
Oh, you drive a big body Benz, you're successful. You live in a $500,000 house, you're successful. You went to this college or that college, or you didn't go to college at all. It depends on where you went. You're successful.
Yes.
What kind of clothes you wear, that has nothing to do with success.
You're exactly right, because as you know, I had these businesses for over about 30 years. And,
multiple businesses.
Exactly. From here to Greensboro. But what happened is that, my daughter, for at least 2 years, tried to tell me to close, to just shut it down.
I remember that.
And it was
and
like,
you fought it hard.
I fought it hard because I had it and them before I had my own child. So it was like, letting a child go. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was very hurtful. It was very depressing. It was like I failed. It was very disappointing.
And I remember talking to you about that.
Yes.
And you felt like your main concern was, I let people down. I had workers that depended on.
Yes.
That was, to me, that was what was so odd, because you were very concerned about your family, but you were concerned about your workers. You were concerned about the people that you service. And I was like, Miss Lila, what are you talking about? I was like, why you are very concerned. You was like, yes, because they depended on me.
Yes.
And I said, but at the end of the day, you have to have peace.
Yes.
And you wanted You want it to help everybody, but it comes a time in your life where you have to make a decision, and it does not make you a failure, that I have to have peace beyond being able to help people. That's why it's a sisterhood, but not broken. It's a sisterhood because I might help you today, but not tomorrow. Right. But then you can help them tomorrow that I couldn't help them because I need help myself today. Right. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we have to have a sisterhood. And looking at you go through that. When I had to let my salon go in Orlando and I had to make a decision, I thought about that. And I thought about the struggle that you went through mentally and emotional. And I said, I'm not going to go through that struggle because you still lived. You still looked good. You still ate good. Everything was good. You had peace. And I remember talking to you later about it. And you said, Natalie, I have peace.
Yes. And I remember when I went into this salon where I'm currently located now, the person, the owner, said to me, she could have said anything. She could have said, oh, this is a good location. You're going to do well here. You're going to like the environment. She could have said anything. You know what she said to me? I hope you find your peace here. And I didn't even know at that time that that's what I needed more than anything. More than anything, I thought I needed ownership. So what you said earlier about downsizing does not mean you that you went down.
No, it doesn't.
It could be you went up.
You did because you freed yourself.
Yes,
you
did. Exactly right. But
because the weight of others sometimes is too much.
Yes.
This is why we need a sisterhood.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're battling stuff on the inside of you and you can't carry that load for them. You can have just enough for you. Sometimes you don't have enough for you. You need somebody to help you.
Yes.
And we've gotten because you've been in ownership, like you said, you've been in ownership so long.
Yes.
You hired me because you had multiple salons.
Yes.
I never forget that. You brought me in. I was shampoo girl. I folded towels, and I never forget that. And because you've been in it so long, this is what you felt like people required of you.
Yes.
To help people and to continue to push people. And I don't even think you thought at the time you could still help people, but you're still helping people. You're still pushing people. You still are doing what you were supposed to have been doing, but you have more of a peace.
I certainly have more of a peace. I didn't think that I'll be able to attain this peace, but I have a great peace, and I guess finally I can say I don't miss the ownership. But as my husband said, you will always be an entrepreneur. So,
you are, and then you think about it. Now you're free to go in different other directions.
Yes,
we feel like we're good for saying we'll close this chapter, but sometimes we just need to close the whole book. We just need to close the whole book, start over, get you a whole new book. We're in a whole new place in life.
Yes.
And that's one thing I learned about health. My doctor would say, I said, when I turned 40, I said, well, what in the world is everything? Everything is broken down. And she said to me, because you're on another book, not another chapter, you're actually on another book. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay. So that means I had to transition. Yes. And you just transitioned. You did something different, and you're still helping people.
Yes, and and I'm very happy about it. But listen here, it has been a pleasure.
It has,
and I am in hope that you will come back.
Most definitely,
and
so
co-host with me
Most
again.
definitely so.
I tell you, because there's so much to be said, and so many people that need to hear it, and we want to be. We want to make that connection with the people. So we'd like to thank you for tuning in to Shop Talk. And if you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, or if you think you may want to be a guest on the show, if you will, my name again is LilaJones, and my telephone number is 252-916-1233. And again, thank you for tuning in to Shop Talk. And you have a wonderful day. Thank you again.